Moose is down here. He wanted to be in today's video. It's been a while since he's been in a video since I've had my new office. So he wanted to say hi real quick. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and in today's video, I'm sharing with you some of my favorite $1 kitchen organization ideas from Dollar Tree. I love doing these type of videos for you guys. Dollar Tree is one of my favorite places to buy kitchen organization. It's really inexpensive, and you'll see from this video that they have some really awesome stuff that you can use. So if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I don't have a very big kitchen. And my pantry is actually even smaller. So a lot of times I have to store food in my cabinets and drawers. So some of the solutions I'm gonna be showing you today are how I store food and just other solutions I have to really maximize your space the best that you can in your kitchen. One thing I like to do is not keep anything that I don't need. I also try at least every 6 months to go through my pantry and my different drawers and make sure I'm not holding on to things that we're not using anymore. I find a lot of times we have stuff in our pantry and just different areas of our kitchen that we're not even using and we could get rid of and have so much more space. The first organizational container I picked up from Dollar Tree are these green bins. These are actually in the teacher supply section, and they also usually have these in like pink and blue, and sometimes they're in like really cool shapes. I wasn't able to find those when I went, but you can look down the teacher aisle and find these, and these may even be a little bit bigger than those. Well, I love using these in my drawers. I have the purple ones in a bottom drawer where I keep all of our water bottles, but I recently was able to clean out a complete drawer, which was a miracle at this house. So I wanted to keep like packaged snacks that the kids can use whenever they leave the house, separate from the snacks that I make them have when we're here. Just because packaged snacks are a little bit more expensive, I usually only let them take those whenever they leave the house. And so I keep those completely separate. So I'm gonna put 3 of these containers in my drawer. I'm lucky that I have some deep drawers and these fit right in there. If you don't have deep drawers, you could always put these in a cabinet. That would work really well as well. Or they would sit great in your pantry because they have this little swoosh to them that kids can easily pull out what they need. Next, I'm gonna fill them with really easy grab and go snacks. Now, I'm not gonna label these just because we typically change out the snacks that we have on hand pretty often. So I feel like labels don't work for this area of my house. So don't feel like you have to label things. It does help if it's the same item and the same item going to go back in that location. But if it's things that change, you know, you don't have to label them. So hands down, my favorite container they have at Dollar Tree for food storage is this purple one. Now this one is actually kind of hard to find, and I was able to pick up, I think 6 of them, which is really great. Now this is larger than most of the containers they have there. So it's a good size for putting in snacks. Some of their other containers, like the one that has the gray lid on it, it just, you know, it doesn't hold a lot. This you can put a good amount of snacks in here. I love this little spout here so that kids don't have to take this part off. They can easily pour out whatever snack they have and then it snaps back in place. So I'm gonna fill these up in my pantry with snacks that I want the kids to eat whenever they're at the house. The other awesome thing about them is you can stack them on top of each other if you need to do that as well. Now, I'm also not gonna be labeling these because my kids go through snacks like crazy, and whenever they're empty, I will just throw them in the dishwasher, and then when I go to the store, I can just fill it back up with whatever snack I have. I also think these are great because the kids can see what's in them. You can use these for like your pasta too, or anything else you have. I typically just will use something like this for snacks. So I think one of the problems is we have too many spices. And then we also have stuff on the side, like all of our oils and stuff like that, that we try to keep in there as well. So I was able to get one little section of another cabinet where I'm going to add some of those items so that it's not so full. My husband doesn't really like the Lazy Susan idea, and he definitely doesn't like the spices on the door that I did in another Dollar Tree video. So I think that it works pretty good just because it's held in place and it holds up the smaller ones, but for some reason he doesn't like that. So I'm gonna be taking that down, taking them off the Lazy Susan. I completely cleaned out where I keep my spices right now, and I also cleaned out another cabinet. I think I just don't have enough room for the spices and then like the oils and stuff too. So I'm actually going to be putting some stuff in a section of another cabinet. But for these two, my husband really doesn't like the Lazy Susan. I like it, so what I think I'm gonna do is on the Lazy Susan, I'm just going to put like our most used items. Then on the top rack, I'm gonna put these little soda can containers with spices in there. So these are gonna be like ones we can organize, like ones we use for like meats and stuff, ones we use for baking, so that they're a little bit more organized, and also ones that we don't use that often. But I thought this might work because if you had like all of your spices you were using for meats, you could just pull this out and it would work well. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to organize things like that and put them in the cabinet. And then I'm gonna put some of this stuff over in our other cabinet. I have a ton of salt and pepper right now because whenever you can't find things, you just buy more of it. So I'm gonna put all of the salt and pepper in this cabinet just so we know how much we actually have and we stop buying it. Next, I wanted to show you how to make a really inexpensive $1 utensil container. So I bought this cute little container in the party section and I spray painted it with 2 coats of white spray paint. Next, I just printed off on regular printer paper a sign that said utensils and I cut it out. Then I used a water-based Mod Podge that's supposed to be dishwasher safe, and I put it on with a layer of Mod Podge. I let that completely dry, and then I put a layer of Mod Podge over the top. And this is a really quick and inexpensive way that you can store your utensils. I love using hooks anywhere I can in my kitchen. I think they make a huge difference when you have a small space. So I picked up these silver hooks. They come in a pack of 6 for $1. I've had pretty good luck with Dollar Tree hooks, like these that are in this cabinet that I had the little blue containers on. I put these up several months ago and I haven't had any of these fall down, these little white hooks. So I haven't specifically tried these, but I thought these I could use to hold like kitchen oven mitts. So I'm gonna hang these up in my cabinet and see how they work. done a lot of organization videos, especially in my kitchen, and I want to go back to some of the things that I've organized for you on videos and let you know the things that are really working well for me. I feel like with these videos, I don't get to do a lot of follow-up. I think over time, you're really able to tell if something works for you and keeps you nice and organized. So under my sink, one of the best things that I did was purchase one of these large Lazy Susans from IKEA. And that is what I keep all of my cleaning supplies on. I used to have them in a caddy and literally they would just get thrown around. And this Lazy Susan has been the best thing for organizing my cleaning products. Like, yes, it does take up a lot of space, but things go right back where I need them. I can move it around if I need to get something to the back. Like, I love this system. Another thing that I did in a recent video was purchase these 50 count of cleaning microfiber towels. This has been great as well. I did move them to a magazine holder because it was a little bit more compact underneath my sink, but this is great. The kids, my husband, know what rags we use for cleaning. They were getting confused, and so I like having them all the same color, and they were really inexpensive to purchase, and that's been great. Also, at the beginning of the year, I decided to create a lunchbox station. And I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, but it's been awesome. I put all of the kids' lunch boxes, their lunch bags, their water bottles, and their snacks. I may move the snacks now since I got that new drawer, but so far this has been working out great. So I maybe will keep them in 2 spots because this really has been working out well for the kids and I don't wanna mess with a system that's already working, but they know exactly where to get all of those items. Before they were going, all over the kitchen to find these items. So this has been a great system and it's stayed, consistent. This is definitely a system where I would label it because you want your kids to put items back. Like even when they're emptying the dishwasher, they know to put their water bottles over there because it's labeled and it's nice and organized. So I didn't even clean this up before I showed it to you guys. So this shows you how well it stayed organized. This is definitely the time of year to get organized. So please let me know some of your favorite Dollar Tree organization items down in the comments below. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. I post 2 videos each week. And if you missed our last one, I'll link it here for you. And I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.